Hey everybody, we are going to take a look at this week's online service video work. So open this up to the way we want it. First, as always, none of this is meant to be hurtful. None of this is meant to be harmful or mean or nasty or anything. This is all meant to help us all get better together. So let's take a look at what we got this week. And yeah. I will pull up my notes here. Section A. Camera 3, 843. All right, yeah. So I remember this part. So let's watch camera 3 right here. So we were good. We were good until we started adjusting. So again, and you guys are probably getting sick of hearing me say this, but get to 90% and stay there. This is 90%. This is still a good shot, and that's what we want. 904. Again, camera 3 at 904. This, I love this shot. This is a great shot. And my note here was maybe just a tiny bit. Move Sarah Beth and Jeremiah just a tiny bit to the left. That said, my next note is at 923, in which you did that. So, good job. Excellent job. Camera 3, let's take a look at... All right, I gotta close my door because somebody's watching TV real loud upstairs. Camera 3, 941. Yeah, this is an excellent close-up shot. So what makes this a good close-up shot? We have Jaden, and we obviously are focusing on Jaden playing the guitar and not on Jaden as a whole. But if we take a look at the rule of thirds, 1, 2 lines, 1, 2 lines, his right hand, which is doing a whole lot of movement, and that's what we're focusing on, is kind of close to that intersection there. Excuse me. And so that's the focus. And then we have his other hand, which is a little bit out of focus. So our eyes are drawn to the hand that's playing. But his other hand right up here is close to this intersection here where the lines intersect there on the rule of thirds. So excellent job there. 951. Oh, yeah. All right. So I like this shot. I used this shot in the sermon, or not the sermon, in the final edit here. Maybe just maybe take a tiny step to the left so we can get a little bit more Jeremiah in there. There's a lot of negative space here, so maybe just a tiny bit left so he's filling up more of the empty space. So if we were going to zoom in a little, it'd be something a little bit more like that. All right, and 1335. All right, so yeah, this is I'm mainly pointing at the slider camera here. So this is something to watch out for all of our AV leads and anyone who catches the slider cam stopping sliding. It seems like everything that could have gone wrong last night did. So this is just another thing that happens, and this happens on occasion. The technology fails us when we when we least want it to, and so I did end up using some of the slide cam, the wide cam here. I don't know. I can't remember if we were using the 35 or not, but we should start using the 35 on the slider camera, as well as probably the announcements camera as well. It just gives us more to work with. If I need to punch in a tiny bit, I'll punch in a tiny bit on the edit, but yeah, the 35 would have been good here if we aren't on it. We might be on it. I'm not totally sure. And so the main thing, I didn't even get to the point. The main thing is we probably want, and this is completely this is nobody's fault. This is me seeing it afterwards, and hindsight is 2020. So it would have probably been better if we had just moved tried to get the lyrics centered, so at least it didn't feel like it was stuck somewhere, especially when it gets off to the side. On one side, as you can see it, the lines aren't level, so it feels like we're tilting in general. So yeah. So yeah, next time this happens, and it probably will, we just will, let's just try to get it to the center, I guess. And again, that's nobody's fault. All right. Let's move on to section C. First note is at 8:05. Yeah, okay. Camera 3, excellent job at capturing the piano this week. Especially when he was the only one playing, we got a lot of capture of James playing the piano when he was kind of the main thing happening. So excellent job on capturing that when we have it. Also, camera 4, over the evening you did a great job at capturing a very well composed shot of Eric. He's in the third. We can see just a little bit of everything that he's hitting. So excellent job there. Yeah. So let's take a look at the next one here. 8:21. Camera 2. All right, so yeah. So I wanted to talk a little bit about this too. I need to decide what we're doing as far as priority. So this feels a little bit like she's on this side of the frame. And she, for the most part, like if we watch up here on camera 2, she's mostly looking to the right here. And the microphone is just ever so slightly pointing this way. So we probably want to make sure that we might want to just put her over here. Especially since she's paying attention to the confidence monitor over here. And so, yeah, I mean, if you look at the mic stand, that's kind of the mic stand and the microphone in general. So this part right here, this part is more important than this part, it seems like. And we might have to revisit this later again, because I'm not totally sure what we want to do here. But it does. She is tending to look this way, so we definitely would like. We definitely want to move her probably closer to the left side. So, yeah. I mean, it is a fine shot. I used it, and yeah. So it's not that anything's like in particularly horrible about this, but it does feel a little tense with her kind of favoring this side that she's looking at. So, all right. Yeah. So the other thing I wrote down here was maybe we should just make it a little bit more of an extreme angle. So this is kind of maybe a 15% angle from straight on. So maybe make it a little closer to 30 or 45 angle. So we have a definite angle at what we're looking at. So if we were to move, take even a tiniest bit step to the left here and get a more straight on shot, then her being here would make a lot more sense. All right. Oh yeah. Well, while we're talking about that, my next note is at 9:01. And you fixed it. So zooming in definitely helped things feel a little bit better there. So that is for sure one solution. I do think that it would be easier to find the angle you want if you change the angle, increase the amount of angle that you're at. So from 15 to 30 or 45. So let's just say 45 so we stay in the nice 15-degree increments there. All right. All right, 11:31. Yeah, solid shot of Josh playing the bass here. The only thing that I would like is maybe just move it over here just a little bit more. It feel with that little bit of negative space there, it feels a little bit because I can't remember. Oh, Jeremiah's standing here. But so, and that was his elbow that we were seeing there. So, oh, that is, now you guys get to see me fix the edit. Because that's what I call a whip. And we don't want any whips. So, no, wait a minute. Oh, because it wasn't in there in the first place. All right, so right here. But when you look over here, you can see a little bit of Jeremiah's elbow right here. And because, when I got the shot initially, it feels a little bit negative spacey over here. And he is looking this way. So it is kind of weird. But because his hand and I would have liked just a tiny bit more to the left. That said, it's not a bad shot. It's a good shot. So maybe a little bit more straight on so we can do that. Or, yeah, I might be completely off on this, but I would like it a little bit more like this. Something a little bit more like that. So we have hand in the intersection here, hand in the intersection here. We can still see the base. So maybe just zoom in just a tiny bit more. All right. And then I have one more note here. At 12:28. Oh, yeah. So good job getting to the center. I always love it when we hit the end and he's right in the center. That's exactly what we're looking for. It would be maybe just zoom out just a tiny bit, like maybe 5%. So we have a little bit of headroom so it doesn't look like he's like right up in your face. So it doesn't feel like he's right up in your face, if that makes sense. All right. And that is all I have for this. Yeah. You guys are doing great. And keep in mind, a lot of what I'm saying to you guys it isn't just, it's not just elementary stuff that I'm trying to call you on. We are trying, like I said at the front end of most of these, we're trying to get better together. And the more you guys do it, the more you guys can get to the point where you feel like you're getting the shots you want right away. That is creating muscle memory for the future. So when you guys are doing something that isn't studio church, and you're out doing your own media stuff, I mean that is going. This is basically like a mini boot camp every time you're on. So it's a chance for you to create art that furthers the kingdom of Christ, but it is also an opportunity for you to gain skills and repeat skills that you normally wouldn't get to otherwise, unless you made it a point to do it. So yeah, think of it like not cross training, but like training for a marathon. Like that muscle memory helps out so much. I think I've never run a marathon, so maybe weightlifting. I don't know. This is like a musical instrument. That sounds better. Let's say that it's like a musical instrument, and the muscle memory helps you get to the fun stuff faster. So that's the goal here, and you guys are all doing such a great job. Never, ever take anything I say as you are bad at what you are doing. You guys are all doing great, and I appreciate you all so very, very much. So, yeah. Love you guys. I hope you guys are having a great day, and I am so honored to be able to work with you guys. So,